today I'm doing a YouTube. I'm Destine, and I am diving into the culture, the Southern African culture of the oldest ancient inhabitants of the African sand people, known as the Bushman people. So the healers and hunters and gatherers, and they lived connected in harmony to their land naturally in natural huts, and they would build fires from wood and catch their prey from real traps for the smaller animals, and they would do bow and arrow for the larger animals and the beetles to poison, and they use plants, raw material plants, to have the medicine for the people, and that they are spiritual, and their culture ceremonies that they celebrate for people, and then together that they do a specific song and dance, and the people speak click languages, and those people started to finally transform and advance, living in more modern day living situations and houses built in the 1960s. So the anthropologist, Richard Borchet Lee, in a man who was fascinated and studied these people, their culture of hunting and gathering, and as we progress those customs, and it is a idiom of them wanting to preserve their culture while we are taking over and changing those customs, and how that changes or interrupts their culture and their survival. But as those changes of inclusion or a more updated method to survival. Anyway, these people would dance around they would just dress in certain raw materials and plant materials, and they would dance and sing in their culture song. So I like the idea of, how they had to live is all those years back, and descendants of the generations, like really living in these ethnic and indigenous people just way out there in the desert. And as people were introduced to them, they would entertain the tourist as they would come in, and there was some natural communication and intercultural social interaction that was really going on, and probably those adaptations. So people became friends as well. And so that was my idea of the anthropologist, having a good humor. And obviously those are really the most simplistic ideas of, man goes and hunts the food, and, whoever gets the best food, and all those stigmas and egotism and sarcasm and health. Then we've got, our marriage and our traditional and our Christmas from Western and African culture. So this is just kind of a dive. It's so much subject matter. You can go on to the article from 2024, the Not to Kid from Anna blog. There's a lot of information there and some links where you can do your own research. So that's amazing. And just, with all that communication, the idea is that we want to trust in God, and that we respect and share ideas in giving and generosity, but a lot of cultures shifting over time, that it was not to disturb or to change those customs, those cultural differences, and so how the communication over all the years. So it's very all fascinating.